Jeff, how's practice today?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. The weather's been, cooperative today. Yesterday was a beatdown, but today was nice, chilly, brisk, November Thanksgiving practice.
Brendan was telling us about gratitude yesterday, and the message was what's that message you give the guys this week?
We try to be, an attitude of gratitude. We've so many times in your life, there's a lot of good things going on, and we don't even notice it. And we had a really good story yesterday, just about how blessed we are in America compared to other countries, and just how blessed we are. Period. We just ran through a lot of stats. If you've got some change in your pocket, if you've got just any type of money at all, if you have a roof over your head, you're more wealthy than so much percentage of the country, there's some staggering stats. Now, I don't want to sit here and try to quote them because I'll mess it up, but we just tried to point out to everybody how blessed we are. And I've been on teams where you're trying to finish the season and there's nothing to play for. And boy, that's tough. And we're blessed that for 3 years in a row now we've all been together. We've had meaningful games in November and December, and not everybody can say that. And so I want to make sure, and that's the good thing about these guys, because we still have some guys left that didn't have that success. It's still a very humble team, but our younger kids don't even know what we're talking about. All they've known is race and nationally ranked and win streaks, and that's all they know, right? So we're the ones that got to remind them that it hadn't always been this way around here.
Jeff, what went into the decision to flip Joe Evans into the starting lineup last weekend?
We just felt his play warranted it, and he's gotten healthy. He had to. We try to keep it as quiet from you guys as possible, but he had a procedure done during the season that held him out for some time, and he's just now getting healthy, and he's really coming on. It's going to be, but like the 9 of them play, we rotate them all like crazy. Who starts is not near as important as who finishes, in my opinion.
Where's Joe at with his fitness level? I know he felt like he was heavy even coming into the year, and then you deal with something like that.
We still think he needs to get down a little bit, but we'll work on that in the off season. Now's not the time, and I don't imagine during Thanksgiving Big Joe don't listen to me too much about cutting back.
Is it impact his play at all, or does it change what he brings to the table for you guys?
He's such a great human being, and I'll be forever indebted for Kendrick Jackson for helping me send his cousin to me. And speaking of an attitude for gratitude, Joe's the epitome of that. Has a smile on his face, just like his cousin Kendrick was at Arkansas. And I've told that story before, but the kid was a real fullback. Like his cousin was a real fullback, and in Coach Morris's offense, there really was no. He was the Miles Benning of Arkansas. It was kind of like not a lot to do for that spot. Like when I got the job here for Miles, I had to create some stuff for Miles because he was such a good person, and we love Miles so much. But Joe was just like Kendrick, and I'm really glad I had an attitude of gratitude and treated Kendrick very well. That's how we got Big Joe, and Joe's just a neat kid that's had a great effect on our locker room. And you can tell he reminds me of Payne in the sense he's found his joy again. That SEC's tough. It's a tough league, and I know it looks great from the outside, and it is unbelievable for fans. But for the guys on the inside, it's a real grind, and I'm really happy that Joe's found a good spot for him.
Last week, a couple of the guys talked to us on defense about kind of simplifying some of the calls and things. Has there been a shift there? Or last week or two been different?
Oh, we we're the worst at that. That call sheet just keeps growing and growing and growing each week, and we just try to be mindful that if the kids don't like it, we're not carrying it. So we're trying to be more mindful what the kids want called, so they can play faster. I don't want any paralysis by analysis. Let my guys go. Let them go eat.
Have you noticed a difference in the week or two since you kind of started thinking about it that way?
We've always thought about it that way. We're just humans, right? We just make mistakes. We're not computers. And we always think about it. Sometimes we just, you get to these days like today, which is third down install. You think you need that one more pressure. You think you need that one more coverage. Because what if they run this play and what if they run that play? And sometimes you'll what if yourself right out of the building.
You guys have played 3 straight road games that were in front of pretty sparse crowds. Does it change anything about how you communicate or how you operate when it's in an environment like that?
It's easier to communicate just 'cause it's not as loud, but you still got to bring your own juice because you're not going to have your crowd. We play better on the road than we do at home lately. I got to figure out what that is. I just think the excitement of playing at home and all the distractions has kind of hurt us a little bit. And we really talked hard about and especially during senior day, all the families coming in, there's a lot of distractions and tickets. Everybody wants to come to the game, and I've really tried to talk to my guys about, I feel better right now getting to 70, getting on the plane, because I know there's no distractions for coaches either. It's just us. And we've got to enjoy how awesome our fans are in a home crowd, but we can't let it get us distracted. We can't be so emotional that it takes away our instincts and our thinking power. And I'm afraid we become too emotional in the stadium. And that's on us. We need our crowd to keep bringing that juice for us, but we got to be a little bit more locked in when we're at home, in my opinion.
You guys have UTEP this weekend. What stands out about them?
I just talked to my defense about that. They can run the football, and they've got great play action pass off of it. We think their quarterbacks are good. Their line's physical. Their backs are physical. Their fullback and tight end. They're 21 personnel as much as anybody in the country. I mean, old school fullback, tailback, tight end, a couple of receivers out there, play action pass, old school, which is the way I grew up as a coach in the 90s. And they do a really good job of it. They also get in some 3x1 and some 2x2 and some empty. That's all they do. But their record is misleading. They're a dangerous football team, and we've got to be ready for them. And I've tried to warn our defense. I was up last night watching them and texting my defensive staff, like, these guys concern me now. And my defense assures me they're going to be ready. And pretty much the last 6 weeks, except for a couple of drives, they've been doing what they told me they're going to do.
All right. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
y'all.